live because I'm going to be talking to my friend Norah O Donnell, who is covering Hurricane Ian. Hurricane Ian. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining. We're going to have a conversation with Norah O Donnell, who is down in on the west coast of Florida. She's in Tampa right now. She's covering Hurricane Ian. So we're just going to get a preview of what she'll be covering tonight on the CBS Evening News. Wanted to just mention quickly, thank you all for your support. I really, I wrote today in Wake Up Call, which you can sign up for, by the way, at katiecouric.com, that I've been diagnosed with breast cancer. I want to make sure that you all don't put off your mammograms. And if you are one of the 45% of women, some say is that you're talk to your doctor about additional screening. Hi, Norah.
Hi, Katie. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much. I'm sure you're so swamped, literally and figuratively. So I'm so appreciative that you're taking a minute to give us a preview of what's going on tonight and what you're going to be covering on the evening news. But more importantly, I know this hurricane started affecting the west coast of Florida. Can you tell us what's going on? Tell us what's going on.
Absolutely. I will let you know what's going on. Katie, let me just say thank you for sharing your breast cancer diagnosis. It's a reminder to all of us, including myself, that I need to go get my mammogram. And so you've always been so wonderful about doing that. And I emailed you earlier. I'm glad you're doing well. You feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Thank you, Norah. But anyway, a little bit about what's going on. This is last one with Michael 4 years ago, and for what was the I know, but yeah, for so what's going on?
Yeah, well, we were just on the air just about an hour ago because the hurricane just made landfall, the eye of the hurricane. We're in Tampa, which was expected to get the big hit. And this is a big city of more than 3 million people. However, it did make landfall just southwest of here on a place called Costa, which is this beautiful little place above Sanibel Island. It's Fort Myers right now. A lot of people know Fort Myers. They are getting pummeled right now. It came ashore at 150 miles per hour. That is a Category 4 storm. And Katie, that is just a couple miles short of a Category 5 storm. And just to give people a perspective, there have only been 2 Category 5 storms in the past 30 years. Everybody remembers Hurricane Andrew and what Hurricane Andrew did, Hurricane Michael. So that's why everyone has been on high alert and has been using that word catastrophic. This is not hype about this storm. It is extremely dangerous. The winds are a big factor, but also what they're talking about is the storm surge. So in places tonight, like Sarasota, Fort Myers, Naples, all of those areas, they're talking about a storm surge 12 to 18 feet. As a meteorologist with the National Weather Service said today, there's nobody alive that's ever witnessed a storm surge like that. Like I get freaked out even saying that.
Yeah.
It's scary. And that's why 2.5 million people were under these mandatory evacuations. The police, they knock on the door, they tell them to leave. They can't make anybody leave. It appears a lot of people have heeded the warnings, but there's a real concern because it's 4 o'clock here. It's going to get dark soon. Tampa, where I am, is not out of the woods yet. It's actually incredible. I wish I could show you essentially the river.
Well, you can actually. You can pick up the phone. That's the wonders of doing an IG Live. It's pretty amateurish, but you can show us.
Yeah, so this is the Hillsborough River, which goes into Tampa Bay. Remember, everybody saw Tom Brady on Tampa Bay after they won the Super Bowl. But actually, this is usually pretty high. Actually, the way the storm is working, it has sucked out a lot of the water. You can see the ground there. You can actually, in some parts of Tampa Bay, you can walk across it. I wouldn't do that because you don't know when the water is going to come back in, but at some point it is sucked out, the winds have pushed it out as the hurricane goes like this, and it's going to come rushing back in, and that's why this storm surge and the water is so incredibly dangerous. But right now it's not, it's not too bad here right now. It's just the wind. We're getting the outside of it, but it's making its way this way, and the storm will make its way across the state of Florida.
I know, Nora, you mentioned the mandatory evacuation, but I know that Governor DeSantis said it was too late for some residents to leave. And I'm just curious, do you have any idea what percentage of the population in the affected areas actually evacuated?
I don't. It's a good question. We visited some shelters this morning. Schools are closed, and so classrooms become bedrooms. I met a family of 15. They're of Venezuelan descent. They're all going to be in one room together. They named the actual classroom that they were all staying in. So these classrooms become bedrooms for people. And so, there are a large number of people who are in these lower lying areas who've been told to evacuate. That family that I spoke with, they have a 2-year-old, a 2-month-old, some teenagers. They're just like, it's not worth it. They're making the right call with small children. You know how Florida is. Some people choose to evacuate, some don't. This is just one of those ones, and especially southwest of here, where that storm surge is expected to be so catastrophic that it concerns me a lot. One of our reporters, Manny Bajorquez, is down there. He's near Fort Myers, and he's kind of in an elevated hotel like I am, where there's a pool. The pool is already covered with water. And this is just kind of the beginning of this.
So Nora, do they have any idea? I know you're not a meteorologist, but is it going to stall over Tampa? Is it moving quickly? Because obviously it will weaken when it hits landfall. And I understand it's moving towards Daytona Beach and inland, but it has to go inland first.
That's right. And as you know, I am not a meteorologist. and you could describe, but I have been looking, knowing that you would ask me all of these questions, Katie. So actually what happens is, so it was supposed to hit Tampa. It is moving a bit slowly, but it's actually southwest of here. We mentioned those towns between Sarasota and Fort Myers. Then it's actually going to cut across the state. It's going to head east. It's going to head over to Orlando on Thursday morning. But by then it's expected to be a tropical storm. And then it's going to exit out Daytona Beach. And then by Friday morning, I wish I had my map here for you. And Friday morning, up riding some rain and other wind in the Carolinas. But the hurricane, by tomorrow morning, the hurricane part of this is expected to be done. Tonight, what we're going to experience on the evening news at 6:30 is going to be bad here. And then at 8 o'clock, it's going to get worse. And you'll see our reporters, because we have them up and down the coast here of Florida. That's the really tough stuff is tonight. The flooding is through the night. Tomorrow morning, we're going to see where we can get to give you a glimpse on tomorrow's evening news, too, just about what is expected to be this very widespread damage.
And real quick, Nora, what about the wind strength? Because, has there been wind damage already where you are in that in general?
Yeah, tons of wind damage. It's been about, I think the last time we checked, it was about 40 miles per hour. It could get up to about 88 miles an hour here tonight. So we're expecting the wind to get a lot heavier. I came ashore down in Cayo Costa, which is just above Sanibel, at 150 miles an hour. So Fort Myers, we've got pictures that are out there now. They're really getting pummeled right now. So yeah, you're right. I mean, those winds, you do not want to be outside. You do not want to be. And at least even here in Tampa, where we haven't gotten the brunt of this, everybody's inside. Nobody's out. Everyone seems to be taking this very seriously.
I saw a couple of kids swimming in an area, I think on Instagram, Nora, and they were sort of young teenagers. I thought that's so dangerous. But you said people are really, for the most part, taking this seriously and are either going to shelters, thank goodness, because not that many basements in Florida, or have gone to safer places.
Yeah, I mean, you've heard, it's the same advice that we get covering all of these hurricanes too, right? Stay away from the windows, get in the center of your house. If you have a safe room to do that, try and write it out, have a radio so that you can call people. But I think tonight is really, we're heading into the danger zone. I mean, it's tonight that everybody's really, really concerned about. But like you said, Governor DeSantis saying we're about to have a very, very bad 2 days, and too late to go. Like, you got to hunker down at this point. The other interesting thing I thought too, Katie, just from a historic perspective too, is the state officials saying this is going to be the type of storm that we're talking about for a long time.
Wow.
It'll be the one that you talk about, in schools. It'll be ones you talk about with your family. just like people talk about Hurricane Andrew and Hurricane Michael, because, you know, had it hit here in Tampa, it would be the first time a hurricane has hit in 100 years. We're told by meteorologists that this west coast, essentially, of Florida, southwest coast of Florida, has never had a Category 5 storm. We're not there yet. We are not there yet, but we're a couple of miles per hour away from that, and it is still churning and picking up some speed.
Okay, well, it's really dangerous. By the way, can people help in a way? I have a very generous Instagram community. Is there anything that people at home can do?
Yeah, I think, you know, the governor and other state officials said, do not send supplies. And I don't have it off the top of my head, but I can share with you, there are some, you know, the Red Cross and other communities you can donate to. They say money's always, you know, the best. But,
Yeah.
you know, I worry about people, especially people who are in mobile homes. Those cannot withstand these types of storms. And usually those are in the more low-lying areas. So I am concerned about people's health and well-being. And then, as you know, just surviving and then the rebuilding. That's where people
Yeah.
are it's just devastating.
I mean, I've covered also caring for elderly residents or people in hospitals who, you know, hopefully the building is strong enough to withstand some of this. But post Andrew, they changed a lot of the buildings, but I'm not sure if every building grandfathered in. Listen, I think you have so much to do, Nora. You're so sweet to spend a few minutes with us. Watch Nora tonight on the CNN. She does a fantastic job every single night, and is an excellent reporter. So, Nora, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Katie. I promise I'm going to go get my mammogram. Thanks for reminding us all.
Okay. Big kiss. Bye, Nora.
Okay, take care.